and croeso, welcome to the Calon Yarns podcast. This is episode 4 and I am Lynn, coming to you from Cardiff in Wales in the UK. This is a knitting, crochet and fibre-based fortnightly podcast. And yeah, we're on June the 13th, Saturday I think. The weather's really weird. One minute it's really sunny and the next minute it's really cloudy, so I apologise for the slightly dodgy lighting going on, but any inch of sunshine we are grabbing hold of at the moment. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you like what you see, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. It's lovely to spend some time with you guys, and hopefully you are taking a few moments, you've got some knitting or some crochet, and you have popped this on to pass a little bit of time and to get a few rounds or rows done. The podcast takes the usual form of finished objects, works in progress, yarn acquisitions, but for me at the moment that is stash rediscoveries, because I'm trying to work through some of my stash and I've been quite successful so far. There's some nice polish the halo moments later on which you will see, I'm sure. But yeah, let's get cracking. So my first and only finished object for this fortnight. You can probably hear the seagulls. They're going a little bit crazy at the moment. I'm not sure why, but there we are. So you can see that we are actually by the sea here in Cardiff, even though we forget we're not. It's not exactly beaches, but it is coastal. Anyway, I digress. So my finished object is the Bamboo Summer Top by Nancy Ricci of Getting Pearly With It. And I pause because I haven't done mine in bamboo. I have done mine in Just Soya yarn, double knitting yarn from Surdar, which I had in my stash. So this is the Just Soya yarn. As you can see, a double knitting. It's really lovely, 50 grams, about 105 meters per ball. And I like this very much. So you can see it's got a nice bit of lace edging to it. Yep, it's good. So yeah, I'm not appropriately dressed really for a podcast, but seeing as this is my one of my Celebrate Summer knits, yes, I thought I should sport it today, even though it's not particularly warm. But there we go. So I really, really like this. It was on a 4.5mm needle. The yarn, the soya yarn, is a little bit splitty, as a lot of cottons and bamboos can be. But because the needle is quite big, the 4.5, as I say, it's quite easy to kind of get through quite quickly. I did this in pretty much a couple of weeks. I've just blocked it today. It's still a bit damp, if I'm honest, but there we are. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't have to tell you that. You can't tell, but you know, always one for honesty, me. So I did a lazy blocking. I put pegs on the dippy down bits, and then so it kind of blocked quite nicely and quite quickly. I put it on the line. It started raining in 5 minutes, so I had to come in and dry it with a hairdryer a little bit. But I really, really like it. I think I added a little bit more to the straps because I wanted it quite low cut in the arms, knowing that I'm going to probably wear it over bikini tops and swimming costumes over the summer. What else did I change? Not much. I cut it a little shorter than it says in the pattern, but only because I know that this soya yarn stretches loads. I know bamboo does and cotton does quite often, but I knew this was going to stretch. I made a jumper out of it, a crochet jumper, quite a while ago, one of my first projects, I think. And yeah, it pretty much turned into, I don't know where that is actually, but it pretty much turned into a dress by the time I'd finished with it. And I only wore it a few times. So I knew it was going to stretch, especially through blocking. So when I made it, it only sort of came to about here. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've done it wrong. It's too short, but no, it has stretched perfectly. So I'm very happy with my one and only finished object of this fortnight. So what else have I had? Oh, this is the pattern. Did I show you that bit? I'll put a little picture anyway. But that's the pattern there. I did the medium size and it took me, I think, just under 200 grams. I'm pretty sure I went through 4 balls and I've got a little bit left from my stash. So yeah, that was a nice one, trying to do summery things, because otherwise my knitting mojo goes and I don't really knit much over the summer. So I've been trying to dig out some cottons and linens from my stash, and I have been quite successful because the next thing I have been doing is from the PomPom magazine, the Summer Stripes issue. I think this is issue 25. It's last year's summer issue, and there is some glorious, glorious patterns in here. And I am doing the Tarmac pattern. Here it is in a cotton 4-ply from stash. Look, it's gone really dark again now. Hey ho. Yes, and let me show you how it's looking so far. So this is what we have. It's a well, not a navy. It's sort of a French blue, would you say, and a grey. Oh, sorry, it's banging the camera. Yeah. So it's got these lovely little increases, if I can show you, that happen around the side panels, that side, and at the back. Oh, yeah, so that's really nice. So it's quite swishy when it as it goes out, because it goes out quite wide. I like the pattern. It's coming up nicely, but man alive, I found the straps a real faff. Oh, as we say, it was a hell of a faff to get these straps sorted. The pattern is quite minimal in its description, so you're sort of flying blind a little bit, or I am anyway. It's probably operator error. I did work it out in the end, but there were a few expletives. But yes, you start on the straps, you do the little bit of strap and then the increasey bit, and then you go to the other side and you do the same thing and the increasey bit, and then you kind of have to join up. So you do a provisional cast on the straps, you join up here at the back, and then you start going round and round and round. And once you get through that bit, you go, oh, it's fine now, it's absolutely fine. So yeah, I really, really like it, but it did try my patience at the beginning. But now I've done it once, it was a new technique and a new way of starting a vest top, because this summer top one is done from the bottom up. So yeah, that's right. Yeah, this one is done from the top down. So obviously you have to do your straps separately and join them up at some point. So yeah, that's going really nicely. And I'm doing that one in some Berger de France cotton 50. Oops, no, there you are. Yeah, so these are 4-ply balls, 50-gram balls, and what's on there? 140 meters. So I don't quite know how much of this I have, because this is the double polish of the halo. This was in fact a dress I made for my daughter quite a while ago. I think she was about 11, 12. She's nearly 19 now. So, I'm scrabbling around. It was a beautiful crochet dress. Look, you see here's a panel to prove it. It was a beautiful crochet dress that I made her, and it had like a little pinafore dress and quite a swishy skirt bottom. She never wore it. She's not really a pinafore dress kind of gal. And that was fine. It was more about me creating a garment, crocheting a garment, than her wearing it. So it's kind of been sat there for ages, and I have painstakingly picked it back and got a bag, literally a bag of bits that I am creating this top out of. So how smug do I feel? It's not only yarn from stash, but it is pulled back, frogged yarn and created into another t-shirt. So yeah, I'm glad I'm getting another top out of that, and the yarn will have more of a wear. So that is good. What else? Yeah, quite a few people have been in touch actually. Jackie, I had a message from Ravelry. She was saying that she's looking through some of her stuff to try and use up some of her stash, and she has taken the ranunculus sweater and is making it into a sweater dress. So that sounds interesting. I can't wait to see some photographs of that on Instagram or Ravelry, wherever she posts those. And on the ranunculus, I had a message from Giddy Yarns, and if you remember last week, I said that I had made a whole top out of one skein of the silk mohair that she does, and a bit of lace that I had in my stash, which was true, but I thought the skein was 100 grams. It's not 100 grams, it was 50 grams because I couldn't work out why I'd used 100 grams of the mohair and 50 grams of the lace, but I hadn't, obviously. I'd used 50 grams of the mohair, but that goes 420 metres, so I was very impressed. 50 grams of the mohair, 50 grams of the lace, and it made a whole ranunculus top, and I'll put a picture there because I haven't got it with me at the moment. So yes, that was good. That was a good message. Thank you for that. It's clear now. Otherwise, I thought my maths was going very, very wrong. Yeah, so what else? Is there anything? Oh, yes. There's nothing else on my needles other than my socks that I haven't done any more of. Completely lost the sock mojo. Don't really know what's going to happen to that. But I'm hoping that soon we don't have to wear socks anyway. So let's just hope that those socks can sit there as a work in progress until the autumn. We shall see. But as I was looking through my stash for, what else can I do? What else can I find? I found a project that I had forgotten about a long time ago. And it is this. And it's so lovely. This is a blanket. It looks like a test card. This is a blanket made of lots and lots of 4-ply cotton scraps. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Just garter stitch back and forth. We used to have a lady in the knit club called Michelle. I haven't spoken to her for ages, but she started doing these blankets and then we all had a go. Just random stripes, wherever you fancy starting a new colour, you start a new colour. So I'm really glad I found this one because it's great for using up lots of cotton and linen scraps. It's on 4.5 millimetres. And so I found that, but look at the bag it is in. How embarrassing is this? Look how much cotton is in there. Oh my goodness. It like goes on and on. I think I could probably house everyone. I've got cones of green, balls of like dishcloth cotton, red random shenanigans, mint, beautiful. Look at it all, beautiful, beautiful colours. So yeah, I might crack on with that blanket and see if I can get a bit further, especially over the summer when it's nice to work with cottons and not woolly yarns. So yes, that'll be, I can't even remember when I started it. Isn't that awful? Hey ho, I'm sure I'm not alone in having UFOs somewhere tucked away to come back to. So I'm going to crack on with that one. Oh, I have a friend who is having a baby soon. Don't tell her I've said though. That might be a nice home for a little cotton blanket. Don't tell anyone. Anyway, what else? So, I was asking last week about what I should do with these beautiful skeins of yarn. They are like a cotton linen blend. Lovely kind of washy sea colours, and I wasn't sure what I should do, but Jackie again left me a message saying that she really liked the Hohi Locatelli, the new pattern Ziggy, I think it's called, and it's lovely. It's a triangular shawl, and it's got sections of garter stitch and then sections of lace, which looks really lovely. So I bought that one, tucked that one away, but I'm not really into triangular shawls at the moment. And then I found someone else suggested some more Melanie Berg patterns. So I looked through her patterns, and there's one called Rheinlust, Rhine like the river, and it's sort of got a real ocean feel to it. I'll put a photo up so you can see. And I thought that combined with these lovely colours, if I go this way, is that better? Would be really, really nice. And I think I've got another small ball of this somewhere. So I think I'm going to go for that. It's a 4-ply, and that should give me enough interest and enough tedium. It's kind of the first part of the row is the pattern, and then the second part of the row is just stocking stitch, I think, or garter stitch. So that should give me enough to think about and to just kind of keep going with over the summer in the holidays. So I'm going to take that with me when I go away. So thank you for the suggestions. Really, really lovely. Had a nice few hours looking through shawl patterns on Ravelry. You know what it's like. You open it up and then you just click on and click on and click on, and before you know it, yeah, it's late and you haven't had dinner. So there we are. But yeah, I think I've decided now. I'm going to print that one off, tuck it away, and that'll have to be it. So that is my Celebrate Summer pattern. We have Ravelry groups, no, group Calon Yarn groups over on Ravelry for Celebrate Summer patterns. If you've got anything you are knitting or crocheting over the summer, so put that up there. We've also got a podcast group over on Ravelry, so have a little look there, or you can get involved in the hashtag Covered Corner or hashtag Calon Yarns podcast on Instagram, just so we can kind of see what everybody is up to. So please feel free to leave some messages or some works in progress there for us all to have a look at. So what is next? Other than that, I think that's it on what I've been up to. So now it is time for Covered Corner. So, Covered Corner. Well, I've had a few suggestions this week, and a suggestion that came through from Lisa, who is Kutch22 on Instagram. Check her out if you don't follow her already. Yes, she suggested I don't know how you say it, it's Deschains Aran Weight sweater. Have a little look. I'll put the link in the photo here. But that is really lovely. A nice little panel of lace. It's an Aran, so that'll knit up very quickly. So if you've got any Aran, or you're quite happy to kind of use a double knitting yarn on a bigger needle, have a little look at that. Also on the project page for that on Ravelry, there are different sleeve sizes. Some people have done some adaptations. It looks like quite a narrow sleeve, but if you look at some of the project pages of some people, they've altered it to have quite open, big sleeves, which actually for the summer might not be quite a bad idea. So have a look at that. That's really nice. And she also showed me, which I'm going to have to do now, which will be another Celebrate Summer pattern. I think this is going to be another one I will take away with me on holiday. It's called the Gully Tank vesty top, and it's by Leah B. Tybalt, I think it is, for Quince & Co. company. I shall put a picture, I shall put a link, but it's that beautiful crossover back that I really, really like. So that's on a 6mm needle. I think you're supposed to do it with an Aran yarn, but I think I'm going to do that in a double knitting weight because I have quite a lot of double knitting weight in my stash. And if I can find the bag, you'll see what I mean. Remember I did my Embruns cardigan from recycled double knitting cotton, which is recycled from t-shirts, I think, because it's super, super soft. I have this bag of bits and bobs of simply recycled cottons. So yeah, I think I might do it out of that. I've got enough to do a couple of t-shirts in that, vests in that, and that lovely crossover at the back I think is gorgeous, and the openness of the back of the garment. So I probably haven't got enough to do it in one colour, but I think I might add some stripes in, and that would be splendid. A few of the yarn buddies are doing some cotton tank type things for the summer, so that's nice to see the knitting mojo carrying on through the summer, really. What else? Other people who have promised to go stash diving. Carol, Martin, you know who you are. I hope you are doing well with those. What else to say about that? Nothing really. Anything else for Covered Corner? Yes, I am very jealous this week because all the pictures that come up on my feed are of the Woollinn Yarn Festival in Ireland. I think it's not far from Dublin. I think I have to make that a destination next year. The pictures look glorious. The vendors are from all over the place and have some beautiful yarns to show. And I am very jealous. Even though I'm trying to be on a yarn diet, it's just lovely to see all the different colours and the different designs and the different fibre contents of the yarns and yarn dyers. And they all seem to be heading to Woollinn. Is it Woollinn Fibre Fest? Woollinn Yarn Fest in Ireland. So yeah, have a little look on Instagram, follow them, because they're just some glorious, glorious dyers and makers out there. So have a look at that, and maybe we'll all meet up there next year. This time next year, that would be splendid. So that's all for Covert Corner, I think. It's been really busy this week, so I haven't had a great deal of time to do much. So I think for the yarn content, that's probably about it. I think I've blathered on for quite long enough about what I've been up to and what I've managed to find in my stash. So if you are leaving us here, that's great. Thank you so much for tuning in. And please, please, please feel free to leave comments below. Give me some ideas of other Celebrate Summer patterns that I can look at, because as you can see, I've got quite a bit to get through, and I hope you have got some lovely things planned for the summer, for your knitting and your crocheting, and for holidays in general. So yes, do leave me a comment there. You can get in touch with me on Instagram or on Ravelry. I would love to hear your plans for the summer. If you're staying, I shall blabber on a little bit about some exciting news and general ideas for the summer. So we were talking last week about my son coming back from university. He is back, and he is absolutely appalled because this, you see, is his bedroom. So he has had to tidy it up for me to do the podcast. So that's good. Maybe I should go to weekly podcasts. Oh, the sun is really bright now. Ooh, I can't actually see myself on the screen because there's so much dust on it. Hopefully you can still see me. I don't know. We shall see. Anyway, yes, so he's back. So he's had to tidy up this bedroom. We've managed to squirrel away most of his stuff. We're still going through his washing because the weather has not been conducive to putting it out on the line. So that's a bit disappointing. So yeah, he's home. They're both home. It's lovely to have them back. But the house is now full and busy, and the fridge doesn't seem to stay stocked for very long. We are off, my husband and I and my daughter are off to France next weekend. My father lives over there with my stepmum, so we are lucky enough to be spending some time over there. So I'm busy, frantically trying to finish everything, you know, as you do. Finish work stuff, finish house stuff, finish life stuff, so that I can concentrate on packing my projects and getting my head in the game for holidays. So I'm so looking forward to that. That'll be lovely. We've been through all our exam boards now at work and university, and it's nice to start thinking about what's going in the project bag and what's going in the book bag. If you've got some recommendations for summer reads, that would be very nice indeed. So yeah, please pass on some suggestions there. Any Audible books too. I love to do the old Audible thing, so I can get some knitting done while I'm away. So if you've got any ideas for that, then let me know that too, please. I've started stacking those Audible books up, and I can absolutely recommend Stephen Fry's Heroes. I started listening to it, but it was just too precious, and I'm going to do it again on holiday so I can listen to it all in larger chunks of time. But Stephen Fry is always a great narrator anyway, and it's on Greek heroes and myths. I think he's got one called Mythos and one called Heroes. So I've got the Heroes one in ear form. I've got the Mythos book in word form. So yes, that'll be nice over the summer. What else has happened? Oh yes, the exciting bit. So I am going to be going to Vancouver and LA, Long Beach, LA, for work in August. We have lots of partner universities that we do exchange programs with for our students, and every now and again they send somebody over to kind of check out the unis and to kind of continue with that program, to see if there are any other programs that we can receive students from or send students on. So this year they're sending me, yay! So my question to you is, where do I need to go? I'm staying in the New Westminster area of Vancouver and in the Long Beach area in LA. So if you know of any knit clubs, any local yarn stores, or any podcasters who are out there who would like to meet up for a cup of tea and to have a look at what projects are going on, what yarns you would recommend, let me know. Let me know either on the notes below or on the Ravelry group on Instagram. I don't care. I don't care how you tell me. just tell me where I should go. I can't wait. So I've been busy booking flights and accommodation and getting my head in a spin about that as well. And like I say, I want to get all that sorted before I go away, so I'm not worried about how am I going to get a bus from here to there, or how am I going to get from the airport. I want all that stuff done so that when we get back in July, I've just kind of repack, wash all my clothes, repack, and head back out. So very, very excited. I've never been to America, never been to Canada, never been that far really. I've never done Europe, so very excited indeed. So please, 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 if you've got any recommendations, any knit clubs I can come to, any yarn stores I should visit, please let me know. I'd be really, really grateful. And I think that's probably about it, to be honest. I desperately wanted to get this blocked, so I haven't had any lunch. So I'm going to go and grab something to eat and carry on with my Tarmac top. Hopefully I can get that done, ready for the next podcast. So the next podcast, I will be coming to you from France. Oui, bonjour. So yeah, you can have a little check out of our little caravan in France. That'll be nice. Hopefully we'll get a little bit better weather. And I can tell you more about the area there. If you know of any yarn shops in the Vendée region of France near Nantes, then also let me know. I found a couple, but one of them's already closed down, which is a shame. But yeah, maybe I'll have a little investigate and see what else I can find in the area. Although we mainly just sit and eat cheese and drink wine and read and knit. That's about it. Is there anything else really one needs to do on holiday? I'm not sure. So that's enough from me for today. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please drop me some messages, etc., etc. Feel free to like and subscribe, as they say. Oh look, the sun is giving us the final bit of trouble for this podcast. So yes, I hope you are well. I hope you have some nice plans for the summer. Do let me know, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Okay then, that's all for now. Diolch yn fawr, thank you very much, and hwyl fawr. Bye.